Winning streaks are on the mind tonight at Winder Field in Colorado Springs. It's Switchbacks playing host to Oakland Roots. Colorado Springs have won 4 straight. Oakland Roots have won back-to-back matches. Michael Watring and Carmen Bokeen with you here tonight in Colorado. Great to have you on board tonight. Western Conference standings look like this here entering this matchup tonight. Two teams that once were below the playoff line, scuffling, are now surging. Oakland above the playoff line. Colorado Springs looking to get above the line for the first time this season. And what a tale of the tape it has been for Switchbacks. 2 completely different seasons. The first 5 versus the last 5. Carmen, when you look at these numbers here, what a difference those 5 matches make.
Totally. Those 5 matches, only 1 goal, 9 against. And now the next 5 were unbeaten with 4 victories, 1 draw, 10 goals scored, and only 2 against. So it's really important what this have changed for them. You know, more aggressive, different challenges, and they're doing so much good. And it all started with this.
It all started with the first meeting between these clubs on April 27th. Scoreless through 70 minutes. And then Juan Tejada screaming in right in the middle of the box, scoring in the 71st minute to make it 1-0 Switchbacks. And they would add another in the 84th minute as Aiden Rocha found space and clinically finished this ball. Switchbacks have scored multiple goals in each game during their 4-match winning streak. And one of the key pieces to this winning streak is our Tech 1 Modelo player to watch, Ronaldo Damas, 5 goals in his last 3.
He has been doing great. Definitely 6 goals throughout, 3 of them coming out of a PK out of the 11 this season throughout. And one of the 5 goal scorers that the club have, the Haitian player, 24 years old, of course, he's going to try to score those goals today.
Oakland Roots player to watch, Johnny Rodriguez, does not start tonight, but when he does score, the team's unbeaten in 11 of the last 13. He could factor in at the end of this match.
So talk about how important you can be while being on the team. 3 goals this season, 25 years old. He's played 10 matches, started 8, and definitely, hopefully, he's going to be getting something today.
Will Colorado Springs win a 5th consecutive match for the first time since 2022? Will Oakland rattle off a 3rd straight win to match a club record for the 4th time? Those questions are answered and plenty more. Starting 11 and the kickoff come your way here in a moment. Stick with us.
The moment you call McDivitt, an action plan is put into place right away to get you the help you need.
Each case and each client is different, with different needs and solutions. Your attorney and team immediately investigates every aspect of your crash and injuries.
We track down all the paperwork and deal directly with the insurance company for you.
We keep you in the loop every step of the way, fighting to get you max money for your injuries.
And you never pay us a dime until we get money for you.
McDivitt.
Natural gas ensures that when you need to heat things up, you can, but it can also be hazardous. That's why, in the event of a natural gas leak, you need to know the 3 S's. The first one, sound. Listen for the sound of hissing or whistling. Number 2, sight. Look for dead or discolored vegetation in an otherwise green area. And number 3, smell. It's hard to miss. Be on the lookout for a pungent odor like rotten eggs. If you notice any of these signs, leave the area immediately and call 911. For more information, go to csu.org.
Injured in a crash? Get McDivitt and you get a firm dedicated to every single detail of your case.
We have the knowledge and resources to investigate the crash and your insurance company's small print.
Details matter. That's why we dive deep into every aspect of your case. This gives us the firepower we need to make the insurance company pay you the money you deserve.
We never ask you to pay a penny until we get you max money for your injuries.
Online at McDivittLaw.com.
McDivitt.
Colorado Springs Utilities serves electric, gas, water, and wastewater. If you combine all 4 services, you're paying around 11% less than anybody else on the Front Range. Water is the only one of our 4 services where you pay more. Since we have no river systems of our own, more than 70% of our water comes from Colorado's West Slope. Colorado Springs Utilities has delivered all 4 of these services safely, reliably, and at the best value to you for the last 100 years, and we will continue to do that long into the future.
Today's player walkout is sponsored by Children's Hospital Colorado as Switchbacks plays host to Oakland Roots. Time to take a look at the Phil Long starting lineup for Colorado Springs tonight. It'll be Damas and Tejada at the top here, Carmen.
Yes, and you know, 2 substitutions coming from the last match where it was a win with Lacroix and Echeverria stepping out, and stepping in the Haitian player Pierre, and also Juan Tejeda that ended playing the last match out of the bench.
Oakland Roots and Gavin Glitton in his 5th match as the interim head coach of Roots has this as his starting 11. We mentioned no Johnny Rodriguez, but they do have a lot of different players that have scored this season. And
only 1 loss for him so far, so to see if he can get just another win. Here is 3 substitution, 1 in each line, having Lindo and Feca in the starting lineup, also Tamacas and Donacillano.
Just about ready to kick things off. 3rd time these teams have met at Winder Field. In 2022, it was a 1-1 draw. Last year, an Oakland Roots victory as Switchbacks look to defend their home pitch against Oakland for the first time. Joe Surgeon is our official for this evening's match as he sets the stage here this evening. This beautiful facility, Winder Field. Colorado Springs looking to give their fans something to get excited about as they have won their last 2 home matches, haven't lost at home since Sacramento was here on April 6th. Here we go on a Saturday evening in Colorado Springs. It's Switchbacks and Roots for the 6th all-time meeting. Michael Watcher and Carmen Bokeen and our crew. It's great to have you with us tonight. Settle in. Should be a good matchup between 2 of the hotter teams in the USL Championship here this evening. Busy day around the entirety of the league. Matches throughout the day, wrapping up tonight, 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 7:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Las Vegas and Phoenix bookend the evening. Trickles out. Totally different Colorado Springs side, and Gavin Glitton even talked about it. Knew that if this team could start to develop those relationships, a foul whistle, Tejada goes down. Free kick coming. That this would be a scary Colorado Springs group. But felt like his side is starting to find a little bit of their rhythm. Been hectic and bittersweet last month coming into the interim role for Coach Glitton. Quick restart. Santos gets it right back. Foster. Out of the intended target, and then a slip. And Zandy comes out of there with it. Throws it to the top. Pierre shoots! Wow, what a start! 90 seconds in. Delence Pierre with his first goal in a Switchbacks kit. And Colorado Springs lead 1-0.
Wow, what a start of a match. And scoring your first goal against a goalkeeper like Blanchett, that's incredible. The first ball he even touched against and tries to create this big, such a long distance shot. And there's nothing to say about the goalkeeper. He was in his position. He just thought that he did have the opportunity to score against him and start the best way possible with such an early goal and such a gorgeous goal also.
Brilliant strike that was from Delence Pierre. The Switchbacks goal presented by Century Casinos, your hometown casino. Welcome to the winner's circle. First goal for Pierre in a Switchbacks kit. He did score with Real Monarchs last season in MLS Next Pro. Had a game winner against Whitecaps 2 in September. What a start this one is.
I didn't even say hi. Hi.
Fans barely even able to find their seats before that ball hits the net. How about this for a start for Colorado Springs? A team that has given up a chunk of goals in the opening 15 minutes. Find one of their own to kickstart this matchup. Everybody, and it'll trot into the hands of Christian Herrera, 27-year-old in his 3rd season with Switchbacks. The adrenaline flowing through Colorado Springs. A team that has just been dynamite during this winning streak. 3 straight clean sheets, then would fall behind Rhode Island in their last matchup. That was 2 weeks ago. Remember, this team's coming off of a bye. And then they rattled off 3 consecutive unanswered goals to win that match. They gave up that goal in the 13th minute. And a different start to this match here tonight on the home field. Foster, Tejada, tight passing, Santos lifts it in, Damas heads it, and Blanchette covers and smothers, and one of the hottest goal scorers in the country, Renato Damas. Goals in 3 straight, 2 braces in that stretch.
And it was a really good header, but he had a great goalkeeper there, just able to grab that ball. And at the end, just showcasing a little bit of what we're expecting throughout the match, of how, you know, Colorado Springs is going to have the ball and try to create those plays from the back and just moving the ball so quickly from one flank to the other until they get into that attacking third. And it's going to be gorgeous to see.
Here's an excellent ball, but the flag does go up for offsides, which gives us a chance. For tonight's Keys to the Game, brought to you by Lau's Taco Shop, the official taco shop of the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Dynamic Damas for Colorado Springs, talked about him, but how about Pierre getting the opening goal? First man to score other than Damas since May 11th when Hanya had scored. And then for Oakland, start fast, and I guess we didn't start fast enough with that graphic because Oakland is behind 1-0. They've only scored twice in the opening 30 minutes this year. Foster juggles inside of the box, was looking for a seam and unable to do so. And what a punch this is for Oakland. You come on the road, you're feeling good, back-to-back wins, and you give up just a terrific strike from Pierre, and now you're behind the 8 ball on the road against a red-hot Switchbacks team.
And you know, thinking back in the match that they had late April, also gives you the feeling of how long you had to endure until they were able to score that first one, which was minute 71. But now they receive it such an early goal on minute 2. It has to change a little bit your way of your tactics and how you're gonna overcome this match. But at the end of the day, patience has to be the best prize that they can get.
Both coaches talked about that April 27th match, although it is recent history. That was the final match of Noah Delgado's term. So completely different Oakland Roots group and how they play with Gavin Glitton taking over. And then that was when Colorado Springs was really wounded at that point. 5 losses, 1 draw, come into that match. They get the win. And who knew that that night would be the start of something here for Colorado Springs that would see them rattle off now 4 consecutive wins and out in front 1-0 against Oakland Roots here this evening. During that 4-match winning streak, Switchbacks have trailed for a grand total of 14 minutes. How does Oakland respond here in this match? That ball over the head of Justin Rasmussen, 25-year-old. All 4 of Oakland's wins this season have been by just a goal. Foster throws it through the legs of Donostiano. Foster lays it wide. First time hit in. Blanchette covers. Perhaps the intended target was Rocha on that first ball, but Blanchette, after leading the league last year in saves, will always be active. Cherie pokes that ball away. Another Haitian star. You mentioned Damas and his effort. Well, Cherie has come over and been excellent. 2 goals this season. The 26-year-old shined in the CONCACAF Champions Cup with Valete last year, knocking out Austin FC with a brace. Had a brace against Liga MX's Leon as well. middle of the field. Reed lays it back. Well out wide it goes. Rasmussen. Donaciano finds space. Trickles it in. Mbeka waits. Lays it wide. Rasmussen into the 18 and a late run just over the top of the leg of Camden Riley. Second ball in. Riley again the target. Oakland providing the pressure. Switchbacks handle it as it trickles out.
In this early first 10 minutes of the match, it was one of the greatest plays so far from Oakland, just being able to move the ball from one side to the other and putting themselves in that good position. Impossible there for Riley to get that ball and see if he could connect it and do something about it. Still in play, but not enough to get a good shot.
Here's a look at James Chambers, his second season as the leader of this Switchbacks group. 10th minute of play. Colorado Springs scoring 90 seconds in. Delence Pierre's first USL Championship goal. The difference in the match right now as these teams square off for the 6th time. Colorado Springs 3 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw. They've won each of the last 2 meetings between the clubs. Michael Watrang, Carmen Boquin with you here. Grateful to have you on board here tonight as we watch this action in the USL Championship. The early slate of games are over, all 4 of them. Update you on action around the league throughout the evening. 3 matches currently going, including this one where Switchbacks have won 4 straight, Roots have won back-to-back. Whistle blows. Reed will take it. And a penalty given. It is a handball on Colorado Springs. And quite the start to this match here in the opening 11 minutes.
Wow, this is a match that it's already giving that we're going to have a lot of fun throughout. And Riley picked it up immediately, raising his hand, saying there's a handball. And the referee, you know, he was just in a great position, Sergen, and he didn't doubt it. Let's better watch the replay so we can agree on.
It's Zach Zandy's
Yes.
hand.
Incredible. Sandy with the assist of the first goal, and now just staying as the one who conceded this PK. Oh, no.
Now they overturn the decision after a conversation with his assistant referee. Joe Sergen overrules it.
And you know why? It was a bounce more than just him opening his arms to do something against the ball. And I think it's a good decision to call it back. It was that bounce there. His arms are extended and taking space, but at the end, you know, he doesn't see any intention, and he can be right by disallowing it. For you?
I think it's interesting to overrule it, because if you initially decide that it is, it felt like he had that best angle rather than his assistant.
True that.
Tejada keeps this ball in. Blanchette picks it up, and that is quite the gut punch for Oakland at the beginning when it looked like perhaps they were on the doorstep of equalizing. They get that call taken away. Pass comes back to this left-hand side. Reed. Donaciano. Right back out wide. Rasmussen. And a foul whistle. Solid contact as Damas goes down.
And this is a moment, you know, that for Oakland players' mentality, it has to be the best thing, because you already started with such an early goal. Then you feel like you were, you know, not allowed to have that PK.
Roots have overcome a deficit when conceding first. once this season. Colorado Springs, meanwhile, avoiding defeat in their last 10 when scoring the first goal of a match. How does this one play out? Quite the dramatic start to this one, with the goal less than 2 minutes in, and then what was a handball initially ruled on the field, overturned moments later after a conversation between official and assistant referee.
Can we agree that PK is allowed? We understand that, and if it's not, we understand it too. Because, you know, it's such a fine line between the two.
Reed curls this ball around, and it's too strong. Doesn't quite get that whip around as it goes out. But Trayvon Reed, the Jamaican star, 24 years of age, gives it a go.
Great idea by Trayvon Reed. If you can get that close, why not? Just try from a mid-distance shot, and such a great angle with that ball. Ends up going wide, and such a powerful shot with that right leg.
Select, the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. On the right-hand side now, spiked in. Real knocks it away. Oakland have been on the front foot now here since conceding so early. Working around the 18-yard box. No official shots, though, in the first 14 minutes until that last one from Reed. And then this one takes a redirect. Hackshaw. Trinidad and Tobago international. Good possession here from the Roots. Does it lead to anything? Yet again handled on the first ball. Pierre, the goal scorer. And now Colorado Springs can rifle this ball down the park. Thomas the intended target. Instead it'll be Blanchette to reset. Despite Colorado Springs' struggles to begin the year, defensively they've been solid. The fourth fewest goals allowed in the league this season, with just 11 overall for the year, and just 2 in their last 5. 3 clean sheets in the last 4. Santos and Foster played catch for a moment, instead intercepted. Reed. Foster pivots, stumbles, and a foul given. Now, speaking with James Chambers, asking him about this group and the reason why he feels like his team has had a little bit of an evolution. It's because of the relationships that they've grown. There's some new faces on this team. There's some players that haven't always had the chance to train at the beginning of the season, including Ronaldo Adames with San Diego a season ago. And those relationships have started to really find their way forward and shine. And he said in the last couple weeks, they went back to the basics of the attack, and it has certainly paid off and flourished for this group that has now scored 10 goals in their last 4+ matches. Midfield, this ball goes. It's kept alive for Oakland. Left side it goes. Excellent first touch. Reed has been dangerous already. Loses possession though. Fine defensive work. Foster in the middle of the field. Has Santos to his right. Foster waits, lays it. Santos, first time hit. Thomas comes in. Eventually won and cleared away. And a foul given here in the middle of the field for Oakland. Cedeno going down, but a promising turn there from Colorado Springs on the counter.
That was great. Such a great counter. It seems like whenever Foster gets that ball, it's going to be really fast runs from him. Able to connect with Santos, and then Santos trying just to put the ball for Damos, finding him there in front of Blanchett. But there was a defender just being ready to get that ball.
Marvel Ash Ively stepping in, the 26-year-old. Played collegiately at Ohio State and spent a good chunk of his time in Georgia. The country, not the state, of his professional career. I think you have to ensure that you mention that. Rasmussen lifts this ball. There's plenty of space in the middle of the park. And Theka. Donaciano. Now laying it backwards. Hackshaw. Too hard on that one, and it ends up out of play. 20th minute of action. And what a start it has been. If you're just joining us, Delence Pierre, the 23-year-old, scored for the first time in his championship career. And an absolute banger it was as well, from about 25 yards away. 90 seconds in, startling this Oakland Roots side. And then about 10 minutes after that, there was originally a handball whistled on Colorado Springs, later overturned after a discussion. And that's why Colorado Springs leads 1-0, looking for a 5th straight win. Michael Watring, Karin Bokeen, and our crew along for the ride with you tonight. Santos. Here's Foster. Always has that ball tethered to the strings. Here is Pierre. It's a good build here for Colorado Springs after they've been under a great deal of stress. A fine turn. Hanya throws it in, and it's headed away and out, and we get a corner kick coming here. And it is a corner kick brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, that's what I like. This injury stoppage brought to you by Common Spirit Health. And an injury here for Colorado Springs. I mentioned they had a bye week last week, and James Chambers talked about it. It's such a difficult thing when you don't have that week. You can build up as much as you want, try to act like it is an actual match week and have that training, but when there's no opponent at the end of that week, it's difficult. Credited the guys for their mindset and mentality, but also difficult over that 2-week stretch to replicate what a full 90 minutes might look like.
You know, definitely you have so many different points of view coming to bye weeks, but at the end of the day, he was capable, you know, of just keeping the team in such a good form that you were seeing how in just 90 minutes they were able to score that first one, and we'll see throughout the match how they keep evolving.
So how do we get to this 1-0 score? If you're just joining us, how about this moment?
Nobody saw it coming.
Off of a giveaway, a slippage, a fall. Zandy, Pierre, I don't think anybody thought he was shooting from here, but it was an absolute golazo. What a strike that was with the left foot. Paul Blanchett, who normally stops the majority of shots from that range, caught cross-legged, and what a strike that was from Delence Pierre.
And you know what? I'm going to say something that I didn't in the first time we saw the goal. I got to give it to Damos, because usually a player like him, he could have run forward to get that ball, and he just stayed in his position, not allowing it to be an offside. So it was clever from him, like realizing that he was going to take a shot directly on goal and didn't move to ruin the good play, you know?
It is Matt Real that was injured, so he is up off the sideline for this corner kick oncoming here for Switchbacks. Aaron Rocha, a former Loudoun United product, curls this ball around to the back post. Pierre again chasing after it. Bounces towards the sideline. Santos recovers. lifts it right back to the back post. And it'll be another go now. Foster finds himself on the left side. Wants to go 1v1. Foster curls this in and off of a hop. It's taken cleanly by Blanchette. And he wants to get his team off and rolling. Trayvon Reed was in the Jamaican Premier League before joining this Oakland side in 2023. Was in good form as well. 9 goals with Harborview in 2022. He brings this ball in through the middle. Reed again circles. Reed waits. Reed now shoots. Diving after it and watching it go wide. Christian Herrera. And we'll get a sub here. Real is going to have to come out, and Wahab Akwe has to come in. So unfortunate for Colorado Springs to lose a man 25 minutes into the match, and Matt Real, that has been ultra consistent for this group, a former MLS product. Substitutions brought to you by the William J. Hibble Sports Medicine and Performance Center. Learn more at hibblecenter.org.
You know, and talking about things that condition a match throughout, definitely making a substitution so early into the match because of an injury, it's always something that, you know, can change a little bit the idea of what you have planned. But we'll see how they, you know, they keep evolving this Colorado Springs side after that change.
Well, despite the early goal from Switchbacks, nearly 60% of the possession for the Roots, and a good chunk of that on the attacking half of the field.
And that started after that shot from Reed, you know, after that minute 14, 15, that they'd be gaining the ball and being able, you know, to transition it from one side to the other. But the good thing that Colorado Springs is doing is that when they're defending, they're just such a good block in the middle that it's impossible to put that ball through.
They've allowed just 2 goals since April 20th.
That's few goals.
Yeah, 3 clean sheets in that stretch as well. 2 teams used to playing tight matches, and Thomas commits the foul. He's going to have an extra argument here as well, and he's going to go in the books, much to the distaste of the fan base here at Winder Field. Here it is again. Yellow card issued to Ronaldo Damas in the 27th minute. Caution sponsored by Diversus Health, mental health and well-being for all. Remember to take a moment to breathe. Three shots to 2 right now in favor of Oakland, but none of the Roots shots have been on target at this point. Thomas the intended target. Hackshaw pokes it away. And now here comes Rocha. Anya had his sights set on Thomas, but it trickles to Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL Access. Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 in the new Sirius XM app. This pass will end up between players and out for a goal kick. And it is quite the busy day in the USL. 72 games in 35 states across 4 leagues for this organization, and the USL Championship featuring steadily throughout as well. 10 different matches in play today. 4 final, 3 going on, 3 more getting ready to start over the next half hour to hour. Riley retreats. Blanchette steadies. Damas near him. Fine passing to get things out of trouble. That pass poked out of play. Minute of play, and again, the opening 30 minutes continue to be elusive for Oakland Roots. Reed, the target, cycled out by Akwe. Reed will watch this one trickle as it goes out for a corner kick. 1-0 the advantage. Pierre's goal in the 2nd minute, the difference. Michael Watring, Carmen Boquin and her crew guiding you through the night here in the USL Championship. As this corner brought to you by Pikes Peak National Bank. Bank well, be well, cheer loud. Cedeno stands next to Reed. Reed readies. Boomerangs this ball. It takes one short skip. Cedeno back on it, flips it in. Yet again asking for a handball. That's been a point of contention already in this match. Thomas gives quite the chase. Blanchette gives it right back down the field. And headed out for a corner kick yet again, and it comes from that far sideline this time. Corner kick brought to you by McDivitt Law Firm. We are in your corner. And the stress and anxiety of this back line starting to really show through here now, with Cedeno ready to take this one. Chances being created by Roots. Cedeno wraps it around. Herrera punches. Anya chases, and it will trickle out after Donaciano shades it. What do you think of where we sit right now at 1-0 with Switchbacks leading in front of Roots?
It has to be a matter of patience for Oakland. I think they're doing what they have to, just being with that ball, moving it as much as they can until they get to that attacking third and in a good position to get a good shot. I just feel like the Colorado Springs are just like a little bit down, you know, from the intensity that they started the match, knowing that they have that one goal.
To the wide side. Into the 18. Riley flicks it on. Reed gets there with a header. And it goes wide. Yet again, Trayvon Reed finding himself in dangerous locations.
Another one, his 3rd shot so far throughout, just being able to, you know, be so alarming whenever he gets in a good position and gets the ball, but still not getting that good chance of sending the ball into the back of the net. Being able to jump, having a defender next to him and still get the chance of touching the ball first, but not with the right enough angle he needed.
Trayvon Reed getting some chances. He's closing in on 20 touches already in this match. His 3rd shot already of the team's 5. He's back on it. Throws it through the middle. Riley. Tamakis. 3 defenders converge. This pass out of control. Fortuitous bounce there, and now through the middle, hack shot. Good bit of defending there by Roots. Things looked promising for Switchbacks.
You know, one of the good things that Oakland Roots has been doing throughout the match, they saw early on that the breakaways were going to be a big important part for Colorado Springs, and they've been able to not make those mistakes in allowing them to get those balls, you know, whenever they were losing in the midfield, and they have been able to, you know, just break a little bit of the mold of what they were trying to do, and that's on them.
This ball ends up in the paws of Herrera after Mahoney had just a piece. Colorado Springs was shut out 4 times in the first 6 matches. But that has not been the case of late. Multiple goals in 4 straight. All victories from one of the hottest teams in the league. Indy 11 is the only team with a longer winning streak right now, and their 2-1 win over Pittsburgh earlier tonight means that's 6 in a row for Indy 11 and unbeaten in 7 straight for the hottest team in the league. Tejada. Through the middle it goes. Zandy. Thomas was hoping that it would get past that final defender. Pierre leaves it wide. Hanya. Bring it back to Pierre after the redirect. Rocha. Akwe. Foster chases. Hackshaw has the angle. Lines it forward. Rasmussen. In the final 10 minutes of the first half, will Oakland find an equalizer? They've only scored in the first half 4 times all year. Riley sends it long. Nobody was chasing after it, and this ball will bounce all the way out. A little bit of rain trickling in here in Colorado Springs. Some of the fans that brought ponchos sporting those, others that brought umbrellas bringing those out. Rocha retreating, finds himself in trouble and gives it away. Shari. Mfeka lines it up into space on the right-hand side. Here's this long shot that goes high after Herrera pokes it just over the top.
But what a great, good effort, you know, coming from that ball. First shot, crossing it with such a good force, and then, of course, sending it to the corner for their 3rd one of the night.
Tamakis lasering that ball around. Here's this corner. Herrera hauls it in after the McDivitt Law Firm corner. Santos. Hanya now taking a turn on the right-hand side. Pierre. Foster. Shimmies past the defender. Santos lifts it into the box. Damas just over his head, waiting for help. Just not able to wrap his body around that. Zach Zandy sends it into the bleachers. Hasn't scored this year yet, but was in a dangerous location off of that second ball. Oakland is one of the 5 teams in the league with a league low 1 clean sheet this season, giving up the 6th most goals in the league for the year. Another one here in the opening 2 minutes.
20 now.
20 total goals allowed. A lot of that came over a 5-game window where they gave up multiple goals in 5 straight matches. Blanchett recycles it wide. Oakland just looking for some creativity now, with Colorado Springs really sitting back. Mfeka.
And maybe they have that creativity in the bench.
Johnny Rodriguez, team's leading goal scorer, not in the starting 11 for just the 3rd time this season. Christian Herrera will walk this one over. 10 clean sheets last year, 3 clean sheets so far this season. Shots are 6-4 in favor of Oakland Roots, but 3-0 Colorado Springs shots on target. Thomas the target of this pass, but it's all the way over his head. Blanchett gathers. We played 40 minutes of this match. Colorado Springs leads 1-0. A goal 90 seconds in from Delence Pierre on a screamer from 25 yards away. Have the Switchbacks out in front, looking to end the 2-match winning streak for Oakland Roots while extending their own winning streak to 5. Foster draws the attention to 2 defenders, hugs the touchline, finds space in. Foster. His pass doesn't find its intended target. Now it's Reed on the counter. Rifles it through the middle. Mfeka brings it in. Tamakis. Tamakis waits. Goes to the right-hand side, shut down by Pierre. Now it's out top. Donaciano's shot. It's the backside of Zandy. Rasmussen lines this one up into the box, and it finds its way through 3 different players before Pierre sends it away. Look at Malik Foster going to work.
The whole effort throughout, just not to allow that ball to go out, and then just being able of showcasing, you know, that great talent that he has.
Here's Mfeka for Oakland. Reed again, curls this one and hits the woodwork. He's been so close in this first half, and again, inches away from finding the leveler.
Incredible, the forced shot from Reed, you know, from going far and away. This one at least was there in that range, ends up going to the post, but then maybe the next one will be on target.
And we get a booking as well after the fact. Gagi Marvel Ash Ively, a 26-year-old from Northern Ireland, goes in the books. Yellow card brought to you by Diversus Health, mental health and well-being for all. Remember to take a moment to breathe. Tune into the CBS Sports Network on Wednesday. That's June 5th for a USL Texas showdown. San Antonio and El Paso square off at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope you can join us on CBS Sports Network. Tejada lays it forward. Foster in stride. Foster shoots. As it go wide right, Foster has been so dynamic, so dangerous, and worthy of a quick nap.
Yeah. And it feels like whenever he gets the ball, he just goes to another level of speed. In this one, no angle definitely for him to get a good and clear shot.
Santos thought he had a clean win, as did his coach, James Chambers, a few feet behind him. Oakland has flirted with equalizers in this first half. Haven't quite found it yet. Reed seems to be getting closer and closer. Can somebody man mark him the rest of the way? It is a diverse group of goal scorers for Oakland. 10 different players have scored goals. Only 2 have scored multiple for the year. Gavin Glinton said that it has its pros and cons to that fact. You know that anybody can score at any given time, but wants to find that consistent goal scorer that they can depend on. Certainly, we know that Johnny Rodriguez can be that player. Double-digit goals last year. He's on the bench tonight. Expect to see him perhaps be a game changer in the second half. Hackshaw winds it up. Pierre takes a tumble, and it is a foul. So lead to a free kick here for Colorado Springs. Switchbacks haven't allowed multiple goals in 56 days. That's the uphill climb that Oakland Roots have here today. 3 minutes of stoppage time brought to you by the TikTok Shop. Oakland close out the half strong. Will it be Colorado Springs taking a lead in the locker room?
And I think it's the best thing that can happen for both teams. Even if Colorado Springs is going for that second one, they need to show a little bit more of that effort they had in the early start of the match. And then for Oakland, just, you know, see to the bench and what they can do and what changes they can make to get that goal.
Injury here will stop play for a moment. Injury stoppage brought to you by Common Spirit Health.
That hand gesture is the signature of him being dizzy. Yeah.
Definitely looks like a knock there. And the training staff out to take a look. Here in first half stoppage time, and Gavin Glinton making his thoughts known to his side and the officiating crew. Oakland side that unbeaten in 3 of the last 4 wins in back-to-back matches. But trailing here on the road tonight in a place that they've never lost. Becca. Oakland playing with 10 as they wait for the word on Tamakis. A couple heads here. Tejada corrals. Tejada waits. Adhanya takes it himself, leaves it to the top. Zandy strikes, and too much on that one.
Sandy just coming, you know, from the back, being able to get closer and faster to that ball. Maybe he did have time to just get a hold of it and see what he could do, but he goes with a first shot that ends up going wide.
Chasing this one down, Cedeno winds this one up. Rasmussen toe pokes it forward, was hoping to get it back from Reed. Mbeka. Riley circles. Tamakis back out there, has possession. Riley, in the waning moments of the first half, retreats and recycles. And a giveaway. Long ball looking to spring Damas. Damas against Hackshaw. Damas finds space. Ronaldo Damas has it blocked away. Great defending there from Hackshaw.
That had to be pointed out, because what Hackshaw do, it's exactly what a defender is intended to do when you have a player so talented and so fast like him, that if you allow him 1 second to be able to put that ball where he wants it, he's gonna get a good shot.
It's a Pepsi corner kick. Pepsi, that's what I like. And perhaps a chance for a shot at the final whistle here to go ahead by 2 goals. Needed a row shot. I think he's with this corner kick. Gets his footing in at the edge. Row shot. Boomerangs. Blanchette is out. It hits the backside of Pierre. And there's your first half whistle. 1-0 Colorado Springs at the break. Carmen, your thoughts on the performance through 45?
It's been an interesting match throughout, with moments of being dominated by one team and then the other. But at the end of the day, the scoreboard is in favor of Colorado Springs. And now Oakland needs to readjust in halftime and see what they can do if they want to see if they can score a goal.
It's a halftime edge for one of the hottest teams in the league. Colorado Springs leads it 1-0, and it was a quick start to this one. Less than 2 minutes in, Delence Pierre opens the scoring here in this matchup. Some frustrating moments for Oakland Roots, including hitting the woodwork, but 1-0 is your score at halftime. Plenty to come during our halftime break. Hang with us. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Injured in a crash? Get McDivitt and you get a firm dedicated to every single detail of your case.
We have the knowledge and resources to investigate the crash and your insurance company's small print.
Details matter. That's why we dive deep into every aspect of your case. This gives us the firepower we need to make the insurance company pay you the money you deserve.
We never ask you to pay a penny until we get you max money for your injuries.
Online at mcdivittlaw.com.
McDivitt.
Natural gas ensures that when you need to heat things up, you can, but it can also be hazardous. That's why, in the event of a natural gas leak, you need to know the 3 S's. The first one, sound. Listen for the sound of hissing or whistling. Number 2, sight. Look for dead or discolored vegetation in an otherwise green area. And number 3, smell. It's hard to miss. Be on the lookout for a pungent odor like rotten eggs. If you notice any of these signs, leave the area immediately and call 911. For more information, go to csu.org.
The moment you call McDivitt, an action plan is put into place right away to get you the help you need.
Each case and each client is different, with different needs and solutions. Your attorney and team immediately investigates every aspect of your crash and injuries.
We track down all the paperwork and deal directly with the insurance company for you.
We keep you in the loop every step of the way, fighting to get you max money for your injuries.
And you never pay us a dime until we get money for you.
McDivitt.
Colorado Springs Utilities serves electric, gas, water, and wastewater. If you combine all 4 services, you're paying around 11% less than anybody else on the Front Range. Water is the only one of our 4 services where you pay more. Since we have no river systems of our own, more than 70% of our water comes from Colorado's West Slope. Colorado Springs Utilities has delivered all 4 of these services safely, reliably, and at the best value to you for the last 100 years, and we will continue to do that long into the future.
Back at the Phil Long halftime report, it is Colorado Springs 1, Oakland Roots 0 here at halftime. Tonight's honorary healthcare professional of the match is Bryden Hamill. He is a clinical pharmacist at Penrose Hospital. Thank you all for everything you've done to help our community. The healthcare professional of the match is sponsored by Olson Plumbing and Heating, and being a part of the community is huge for Colorado Springs. For the last 10 years, they have been hand in hand with the Colorado Springs community.
It's hard to believe that we're entering our 10th season. We set out on a mission to bring professional sports to Colorado Springs, but we quickly realized that it's about much more than that. It's about you. It's about us. It's about community. Many of you have been here since the beginning, some of you only recently. But for the last 10 seasons, we've been building something truly special. Through the highs and the lows, we know we can always count on you. And that's why
we do it for the Springs.
For the Springs. For the Springs.
For the Springs. For the Springs.
For the Springs.
Do it for the Springs.
We do it for the Springs.
For the Springs is a reminder of why we come to work every day, why we put our games on in the field, why we shake hands, celebrate, hug, give high fives around the stadium. We're here for the community. We're here for the Springs. We're here to build relationships and tell stories.
So asking some questions, and there's the equalizer. It's Rivas.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
They're hungry for the women's game. They want to see women's soccer. They want to play women's soccer, and that's what we're building at the USL.
You can see it in my eyes when we walk past. Anybody never lie, won't settle for less. Got me looking to the sky, got me feeling blessed. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest. Burning up inside of my chest. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Injured in a crash? Get McDivitt and you get a firm dedicated to every single detail of your case.
We have the knowledge and resources to investigate the crash and your insurance company's small print.
Details matter. That's why we dive deep into every aspect of your case. This gives us the firepower we need to make the insurance company pay you the money you deserve.
We never ask you to pay a penny until we get you max money for your injuries.
Online at McDivittLaw.com.
McDivitt.
Halftime brought to you by Phil Long. 1-0 Colorado Springs out in front here in halftime. Valencia-Pierre's goal in the second minute is the difference here in this match. And plenty going on around the USL as we take a look at the news and notes. A couple games out of the CBS slate, including Oakland Roots and Sacramento Republic on July 21st, Detroit City, Rhode Island, August 3rd. The busiest day in USL history, 72 matches taking place across the Championship, League One, League Two, and the W League across 35 states. U.S. men's national team star and Juventus forward Timothy Weah has joined the ownership group of the expansion side, Brooklyn FC, kicking off in 2025. U.S. Open Cup quarterfinal is set July 9th and 10th. As you take a look, Sac Republic and Seattle Sounders, what a matchup that'll be. New Mexico and LAFC will be a good one as well. And Indy 11, the hottest team in the USL Championship, gets their crack at Atlanta United as the quarterfinals will set the stage for the semis in late August. And looking at the upcoming schedule for Colorado Springs, 3 of the next 4 will be on the road. challenges against Memphis, Las Vegas, and New Mexico. And when they come home, it'll be challenging as well with Orange County on June 15th. Kickoff set for 7 p.m. for that matchup. And then Oakland Roots on the other side, their swing next weekend will take them back home for Tampa Bay Rowdies at home as they get 2 of the next 3 at home, and then trips to Monterey Bay and Orange County round out their next 5 matches and round out their schedule through the end of June. It's halftime here in Colorado Springs. Switchbacks 1, Roots 0. When we come back, it's the highlights, it's the stats, and the second half kickoff. You won't want to miss it as we return here in a moment.
Injured in a crash? Get McDivitt and you get a firm dedicated to every single detail of your case.
We have the knowledge and resources to investigate the crash and your insurance company's small print.
Details matter. That's why we dive deep into every aspect of your case. This gives us the firepower we need to make the insurance company pay you the money you deserve.
We never ask you to pay a penny until we get you max money for your injuries.
Online at McDivittLaw.com.
McDivitt.
Natural gas ensures that when you need to heat things up, you can, but it can also be hazardous. That's why, in the event of a natural gas leak, you need to know the 3 S's. The first one, sound. Listen for the sound of hissing or whistling. Number 2, sight. Look for dead or discolored vegetation in an otherwise green area. And number 3, smell. It's hard to miss. Be on the lookout for a pungent odor like rotten eggs. If you notice any of these signs, leave the area immediately and call 911. For more information, go to csu.org.
The moment you call McDivitt, an action plan is put into place right away to get you the help you need.
Each case and each client is different, with different needs and solutions. Your attorney and team immediately investigates every aspect of your crash and injuries.
We track down all the paperwork and deal directly with the insurance company for you.
We keep you in the loop every step of the way, fighting to get you max money for your injuries.
And you never pay us a dime until we get money for you.
McDivitt.
Colorado Springs Utilities serves electric, gas, water, and wastewater. If you combine all 4 services, you're paying around 11% less than anybody else on the Front Range. Water is the only one of our 4 services where you pay more. Since we have no river systems of our own, more than 70% of our water comes from Colorado's West Slope. Colorado Springs Utilities has delivered all 4 of these services safely, reliably, and at the best value to you for the last 100 years, and we will continue to do that long into the future.
Phil Long halftime report sees Colorado Springs ahead 1-0 at halftime. Michael and Carmen back with you as we get ready for the second half of action. And before we get there, let's take a look at their first half highlights brought to you by Broadmoor Cryotherapy. We couldn't even settle in. I don't even know if I was sitting down yet when Colorado Springs scored to Lent Pierre with an absolute banger.
I hadn't even said yes, and now it's incredible that the mistake was made by Reed by falling down and allowing that ball to end up in Sandy, and then he giving that ball to a player that was maybe warm not enough to get that long distance shot. Pierre just taking that second to look and see exactly where he wanted to put the ball. Impossible for Blanchett to do anything, and it was not even 2 minutes, and the goal was there for Colorado Springs.
A celebration and frustration. Tale of 2 tapes from these 2 sides. And then in the 11th minute, we thought we were going to get an equalizer off of a free kick. Originally ruled a handball. After a conversation, they would overturn it.
Yeah, it took a moment. We thought it was there. It definitely was. But the referee, Joe Surgan, ended up deciding that there was no intention on it. So he overturned that decision of having a PK. And, that PK would have been on Sandy.
Here is your first half statistics brought to you by Broadmoor Cryotherapy. And no shots on target. Although Oakland did hit the woodwork, Reed hit it in the 42nd minute. It's been an entertaining opening 45 minutes of play.
Yeah, Reed definitely was that player just creating so much attack with those 4 shots. None of them on target, but he did have that woodwork. Also Cedeno, Donacillano, Riley, and Tamacas creating those chances for Oakland, whereas Pierre, Sandy, and Foster and Damus creating them for Colorado Springs, and of course that goal. And 1 yellow card per side. It's Damus with 1, and then the other one, it's a defender. So 1 and 1.
It's the ninth time in 13 matches that Oakland has failed to score in the first half this season. Birmingham is the only team with more games without a first half goal. They've done it 10 times this season. However, the silver lining, Roots have scored 3 goals in the opening 4 minutes of the second half this season. So these opening few minutes of this second half will be one to watch here as we get ready for the second half kickoff between Oakland and Colorado Springs. One halftime change. It is Memo Diaz replacing Brian Tamakis, but Tamakis was hurt there at the tail end of that first half, so no surprise there. Each side has now had to use a sub because of a player picking up a knock. So Diaz, the 28-year-old out of UNLV, replaces Tamakis.
Yeah, and having Memo Diaz on the field is always important. You know, he's such a stable player for Oakland Roots, and having made that past 100 matches with Oakland Roots, it's always important for him. He also has 1 goal, so it's going to be interesting to see what he's capable of. I'm sorry, 2 assists. We're going to see what he can contribute to the match.
He's the all-time Roots assist leader with 11 in his career. 1-0 Colorado Springs lead here as we start the second half of play. Michael Watran, Carmen Boquin, and our crew. It's great to have you with us tonight. Week 13 of the USL Championship. Riley sets things up despite the fact that possession was at 60% in favor of Oakland in that first half. Colorado Springs picked their spots and still provided danger. Here is Diaz right off the first touch, winning a corner kick and jump-starting this Oakland Roots side here in the second half.
They had mainly the possession in that last minutes of that second half. We'll see if they continue with that.
This corner kick brought to you by T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. USL Cedeno, 24-year-old from Ecuador, does his early research, pings this ball low, and it's banged out of play by Pierre. And Cedeno is going to get another go at it. With Reed standing just to his left, you wonder if they go short this time, and indeed they do. It was quickly taken, and the whistle comes. Joe Surgan was not ready, and he's not making any friends with the Oakland side tonight. Now the whistle blows. It is quickly taken. Reed throws this ball in. Anya finally got to it. Otherwise, the ball would have worked all the way through the 18 without a touch. Agüe took a hit there. It leads to advantage being played. Hanya hits this ball all the way to the back post. Foster pokes, and Blanchette picks it up. Thomas was the intended target of that pass as Foster takes a spill.
Yeah, and again, just a quick turnaround, but impossible there for Foster to be able to get a hold of that ball and put himself in a good position for a good shot.
It feels like for Colorado Springs, a second goal would really allow them to relax a bit. Thomas chases Foster. Was hoping that Pierre would join the party. He was not. That puts an end to the early attack. Pierre tosses. Hanya. Difficult angle to make that pass. Here's Reed. Slows down. Funnels Drills it through the middle, and it's taken away. Oakland coming off of a 1-0 victory at FC Tulsa last week. It was the first shutout of the season for the group. But they've conceded now 20 goals this season, including 11 in the second half. It's been a tough sledding in half number 2 to tidy up the match. A handball whistled here, and this one will not be overturned. Glitton talked about the narrow margin that his team has faced. 7 one-goal matches this year. Such a fine line. It feels like his team almost like being in a playoff position already, needing to find ways to get goals more consistently. So it'll be a free kick here. Here's this ball thrown into the 18. Akwe sends it. Hanya circles. Good play by Tejada. Hanya with choices. Foster waits. Malik Foster to the left foot. Foster's shot ricochets out.
And Foster once more just getting that ball and being able to secure himself in such a good position where he takes his time and gets that shot with that left leg.
Akwe, the intended target of this corner. And it goes out. He was the last to touch. Goal kick for Oakland Roots. James Chambers talked about the Rhode Island match, thought that it was the worst performance that his team had in this little recent stretch. Said it was a high bar, certainly, having won 4 in a row. But felt like it had been a long road trip with the Open Cup match against NYCFC. Playing Hartford in that stretch, having to come back home, handle the match the way that it happened, and described it as a character performance. Donaciano called for the foul against Zandy.
Yeah, Sandy there with that pressure, just trying to disallow him to keep moving forward, and at the end is Donaciano just making that fall over him.
Pierre, the man with the goal tonight, lifts this ball all the way around. It just does stay inside of the chalk. Foster retreats, nutmegs. Tejada, Foster, Tejada once more. Tell you what, Foster has been so creative tonight.
And it shows the quality that he has. Only if Hawkshaw wouldn't have been there, that play would have moved on.
Hanya. Defender falls down. Hanya aiming to cut it back for Damas. Once again, Pilford. Cedeno sends it forward. Pierre retreats. Tejada. Akwe sends Foster into space. Foster carries it in. Foster's shot again. Bounced away by the back line of Oakland. Colorado Springs confident on the ball right now. Strong in possession. Mahoney. Aquay. Mahoney. Davis splits two. Runs in to Marvel Ashively. Riley picks a pocket. I've been able to find that punch from Oakland here early in the second half. 10 minutes elapsed already.
And I think neither has been feeling the best way on the field since this second half started. You know, just Oakland trying to have the ball. Colorado Springs.
Oh, Diaz shoots that into the bleachers where the fans will get a touch.
He intended to keep the ball, but then he noticed they were watching him. Remember the good old days where you could do that? Now you can't.
Now you can't. Now there's plenty of people looking to see where that ball goes and trying to retrieve it.
And they just disappeared, the balls, remember, in the field, in the bleachers. You couldn't even see where it was.
Header in no man's land. Foster again maintains his balance. Shifty once more. Zandy. Foster. Hanya taking on his defender. Hanya takes the corner, and it is a foul just outside of the 18. And Memo Diaz is going to get a yellow for that. And fortunate it happened at that spot. Another half yard, it would have been a penalty. Yellow card given to Memo Diaz. Sponsored by Diversus Health, mental health and well-being for all. Remember to take a moment to breathe.
And that was lucky for Memo, because 1 feet ahead, and that would have been a PK. Let's see if they really take advantage of this free kick.
This free kick scoring opportunity brought to you by Underline, delivering gigabit fiber internet. Visit underline.com/COS for more. Let's see who takes this one. Rocha standing next to Damas. Or check that, Foster. Foster unable to get that ball in. He has been thwarted so many times in this second half by blocks. Zandy does well against Reed, and Reed commits the foul. Needed to be right in that situation with Reed providing the stress. A change coming here for Oakland. It's going to be Johnny Rodriguez replacing Mish Nadir Shari. Substitution brought to you by the William J. Hibble Sports Medicine and Performance Center. Learn more at hibblecenter.org. Well, Shari very quiet this evening, and now they hope that Johnny Rodriguez, the team's leading goal scorer with 3 on the season, can provide something down the stretch.
Yeah, Sherry has 2 goals, but like you mentioned, he was really quiet throughout the match. He didn't have any big chance, and now it is time to bring Johnny Rodriguez and see what he's capable of doing, and if he can change a little bit that dynamics.
Sherry had just 24 touches all night. And now Johnny Rodriguez. It's his turn. Off of the bench for just the 3rd time this year. To this right-hand side for an Oakland team that has not attempted a shot in the second half yet. We'll get the ball back here. 60th minute of play. Switchbacks lead 1-0 thanks to Delence Pierre's first goal of the year. A laser from 25 yards away. Looking for a 5th straight win tonight is Colorado Springs. Oakland looking for a 3rd in a row for what would be the 4th time in club history to match a club record. Michael Watring, Carmen Bokeen, and our crew inviting you to watch the final half hour with us. Santos defends. Diaz springs this ball along, cycled around, knocked into the 18, loose. Acrobatic touches, doesn't lead to a shot. A second chance at it now. Diaz whips this ball. Or check that, that was Cedeno.
Yeah, maybe trying to find Reed over there, but already you can see the impact from Johnny, because before they were having the ball but not being able to get that close, and now it's like the 3rd time that they're putting themselves in such a good position. Like you said here, Johnny just trying to kick that ball and see if he could put it in a better position for Reed, but it was impossible.
Here's a foul. The USL Championship is on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Thomas sprints. He scored 4 times in his career against Oakland. Looking for a moment to add to this margin here for Colorado Springs. Outscoring their opponents 10-1 over their last 5 matches, including tonight. Haven't won 5 straight since March through April of 2022. They would go on to the Western Conference Final that season. Indy 11 has run their winning streak to 6 in a row, thanks to a 2-1 win at Pittsburgh. Sebastian Guenzati proving to have the winner in that one in the 46th minute. Lou City are unbeaten in 7 straight, taking out Miami FC 2-1. Sean Tosh scores a penalty in the 84th minute as the game winner in that match. Sac Republic is just underway against Tampa. They have won, or they're unbeaten in all 11 this season. Foster still has it, sends it back. Hanya knocks it down. Tejada works into a dangerous location, stops, trickles. Pierre. Zandy cuts through defense. Zandy poked off of it by Donaciano. Mahoney wins it back though for Colorado Springs. And the other team with a winning streak, Memphis, has won 2 in a row, unbeaten in 5 straight. Trail San Antonio 1-0 through an hour. Juan Agudelo scoring the goal in the 26th minute in that match. So far it's been a friendly night for teams riding winning streaks, although one of the winning streaks will come to an end tonight, if not both, between Colorado Springs 4 and Oakland 2. Cedeno fires through the middle. It ends up working out extremely well. Mbeka to the right of Reed. Reed debating, looking for Rodriguez, and doesn't find the right needle to thread that one through.
That was a mistake, and he knew it immediately. That was for Rodriguez, but ends up not going the right direction.
Hackshaw brings it forward. Diaz. On the left side. Hackshaw. Here's Mbeka. Somewhat quiet tonight, the 30-year-old. Created some good chances early in the match. Shots are even at 10 apiece. Oakland still has not put one officially on target, despite hitting the woodwork in the first half. And yet again, unforced error leads to a giveaway. Shaw pivots. Cedeno chases, and Mahoney pushes it away. Cedeno wants to go fast, but he's the only man on the Roots thinking that way. Riley able to use his body to get away. Cedeno inside of the box, off of Zandy, and a corner. It will be the 6th of the night for Oakland.
And the third one in this second half of the match.
It's a T-Row Price corner kick. Invest with confidence. Cedeno sets it up. Once again, Reed hovers. Cedeno eyes his target. Skies it into the 18. Handled well again by Switchbacks. Second ball. Yet again, only black jerseys in the area. Riley rescues. Mahoney retreats, flicks just enough of it for Herrera. James Chambers talked about this Oakland side, knowing that the Roots were in a similar spot to Switchbacks just a couple weeks ago. Wanted to see his team have a better performance than last week against Rhode Island. So far, they've been able to check that box, but ample time left for Oakland to spoil the return to the pitch after 2 weeks for Switchbacks. Riley peeks over his shoulder. Riley continues to chase, and it's just out of his reach.
And it's clear that the effort is there for Oakland.
Substitution coming here for Colorado Springs. Brought to you by the William J. Hibble Sports Medicine and Performance Center. Learn more at hibblecenter.org. And it is the 25-year-old from Norway, Jonas Fjeldberg, replacing Yosuke Hanya. Foster accelerates, Hackshaw makes first contact and sends it out to midfield. Things have been familiar here for Oakland with just the 1-goal differential. 7 of the first 12 of the year have been decided by 1 goal. 2 more have been draws. understands that in this league, there's so many teams that can be dangerous on a night-to-night basis. Unforced error, one of the rare ones from Colorado Springs. Do the Roots pounce?
And, you know, we're getting closer to that last 20 minutes plus stoppage time, and now it's important to just change that mentality and just give your all to see if you can get closer to that attacking third or maybe create something from a distance. But go on target. It's 10 shots, one would work, but nothing on target.
Here's this attempt from Reed. Akwe pokes it out, but Reed the last to touch. It's a goal kick. Akwe had to come in to replace Real in the opening 25 minutes of this match. Two changes coming here for Oakland. Mabukar Jai and Napo Masoso come onto the field. They replace Reed and Mfeka. So fresh legs up top. Substitution brought to you by the William J. Hibble Sports Medicine and Performance Center. Learn more at hibblecenter.org.
And both Jay and Matsoso played the last match. They were two of the substitutions, and now they get to be in this match. The only thing is Reed, you know, he was that best player definitely for Oakland. We'll see if he's missed, or it was a good substitution to see what they can bring out from the bench.
Reed had 4 of the team's 10 shots.
And the woodwork.
And hit the crossbar as well. 20 minutes to go in this match. Colorado Springs goal in the first 2 minutes of the match from Delence Pierre. Still the difference in this one as the clubs meet for the 6th time. Switchbacks looking for a 3rd straight win against Oakland and a 5th straight overall for the season, while Oakland looking to match a club record with a 3rd consecutive victory since the debut year of 2021. Michael Watrain, Carmen Boquin, and her crew, thanks for tuning in here this evening. Seen 4 total shots in the second half. 3 of the 4 from the team with the lead, Switchbacks. Oakland has given up 6 goals this year in the final 20 minutes of matches. Feel like the next one for Colorado Springs, if there is a next one, would be a clincher. Middle of the field. Donaciano. Into the box this ball goes. Sent away, not that far though. No foul whistle, taken cleanly. Tejada bobbles. Riley does take the foul, and this will set up a goal-scoring chance now for Oakland Roots.
Yeah, it's Tejada in this one, just committing that foul. There was one before, but both the referee didn't see it, and he just, you know, kept with that play. And then this one on Reed. I'm sorry, Riley.
What kind of danger looms here? Jai. He eyes this one. This free kick scoring opportunity is brought to you by Underline, delivering gigabit fiber internet. Visit underline.com/COS for more info. Jai shoots. Herrera flings it over the top.
And that deserves an applause for both. For Jai with that great shot, first one on target finally, and then the goalkeeper, Herrera, just amazing. What a great save, because that was a goal.
Jai hasn't scored this season and was inches away as we look at this Pepsi corner kick. Pepsi, that's what I like. Where does this ball end up? Riley was the closest man to it. Switchbacks under pressure now. Shaw would love to get this ball into a dangerous territory here as he strides forward, launches this ball in, loose in the 18 and sent away. Pressure mounting. Foster out to midfield. This ball goes. Damas was back there defending, so he'll have to just chase this one down and put pressure on Blanchette to send it to Hackshaw. Spinning pass just out of the reach of Rodriguez.
Yeah, Johnny just, over there waiting for that ball to get closer to him. He's been making efforts also going back for the ball, but it seems like the last 10-15 minutes has been all played on this side of the pitch, just giving Oakland those chances.
Johnny Rodriguez has had just 3 touches since coming into the match roughly 15 minutes ago. The team's leading goal scorer has been shackled by the Switchbacks back line. Mahoney leaves it for Pierre. Diaz pokes it out. Sub coming here for Switchbacks. Quincy Ennerman, the 23-year-old rookie out of North Carolina, replaces Malik Foster, and what a performance it was by Foster here this evening. Subs brought to you by the William J. Hybl Sports Medicine and Performance Center. Learn more at hyblcenter.org. Foster was excellent all evening.
Yeah, throughout the match, we got a glimpse of how good he is, how talented he is. And he was able to ended up showcasing that with those chances that he even had and everything throughout.
Fjellberg leaves it in. Ennerman with his first touch. Damas hits it. Asking for the flag to be up in that situation.
That doesn't happen usually, right? That's like a huge error. Unfortunately.
Foul whistle. Hackshaw down. Hackshaw so valuable to this Oakland side. Spent a few years in Charleston, a few more in Indy. He's capped nearly 50 times with Trinidad and Tobago. Such great experience. Marvel-Ash Ively, Riley, and Hackshaw. A lot of the work that Oakland have done in this match have been in the wide areas. Colorado Springs have been so disciplined in their defensive alignment.
And in the first half, we could see how easy they played, so open when attacking, and when they fold back, it was just so compact.
Riley leaves it for Blanchette, who's made 2 saves tonight. Jai was asking for it. Instead, it's a long run here for Diaz. Rodriguez now with it. His shot gets sent away. He leaves it over for Memo Diaz. Diaz throws it in. And yet again making the run, Johnny Rodriguez. And it takes his sting out, and it goes for a corner kick. Brought to you by T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Cedeno and Diaz stand next to it. Those two exchange notes. They've gone short a few times tonight. Cedeno fires it into the mixer, and a foul was whistled before the ball was even contacted. And a roll shot went out.
And before he even was in play.
A head injury to Rocha. Injury stoppage brought to you by Common Spirit Health. So he's got a little bit of blood as well. Rubbing some dirt on it.
It was so fast. How did it even happen?
Training staff will wipe that up, put a Band-Aid on it, and get him back out there.
Like nothing, right?
Rocha, former third-round pick of DC United last season out of Georgetown, won the 2019 National Championship with the Hoyas. Spent last season with Loudon. And comes over for Colorado Springs this year. 80th minute of play. Colorado Springs 1, Oakland Roots 0. Delence Pierre's goal in the second minute is still the difference. After a giveaway from the Roots, Zandy found Pierre 25 yards away, a left-footed blast. Hit the net, and the Switchbacks have held that lead ever since, looking for a 5th consecutive win here tonight. Michael Watring, Carmen Boquin, and her crew buckling up for the stretch run of this match.
And now without an effort from Oakland that, you know, got those 12 shots, one only on target. That happened really just like 10 minutes ago. But they haven't been able to get that goal.
eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Three shots here in the second half for Oakland Roots. They've outshot Colorado Springs tonight. They've had nearly 60% of the ball. The difference has been the aggression in the attacking third. More touches inside of the opponent's box for Colorado Springs tonight. Just been a little bit more dynamic. And it's really been a night where Ronaldo Damas, who scored in 3 straight matches, has been fairly quiet. Herman bounces it off of a defender. No, he did not. Looked like he took a redirect. It did not. This is one of the things that Gavin Glinton was talking about. Yes, Oakland have had 10 different goal scorers this year. Yes, it's something that opponents have to focus on, that goals can come from anywhere. But the problem is who are those dynamic players that they can lean on through the midfield to set up players like Shari or Rodriguez in matches like these where they desperately need a goal?
Yeah, there's no magic formula in the sport, you know, but you always need to have somebody that you can count on to score those goals, because when you have so many scoring players, it's not always only bad, but it's not always only good, you know, because you do need somebody that can take the responsibility in their shoulders and make a difference.
Certainly Johnny Rodriguez would be that guy, but trying to find him in a 30-minute window as he comes off the bench tonight has been difficult.
And I don't know if you agree with me, but ever since Reed was, taken out, it feels like that he was the player making such a big difference for Oakland.
Tejada corrals. Well, feels like right now the Switchbacks can take their time. Ederman shoots it, and Blanchette had a piece. Or did it? No, it did not.
He didn't? I think I need to get my eyes double checked today. I missed 3 things today.
Yeah, I think my prescription might not be strong enough.
Yeah, we both use glasses, right?
Well, some urgency starting to kick it up a notch here for Oakland.
Yeah, to see if you at least can get a point away from this match against Colorado Springs. And for them, the locals, another match at home, just trying to get the win. They also feel like they want to score that second goal, but more comfortable with the result and the dynamic of the match. Offside.
Flag is up for offside. Five more minutes plus stoppage time to go here in this one. Colorado Springs look for their first win in a abbreviated series against Oakland Roots on their home pitch in the 6th meeting. Pierre flings it along, takes a couple bounces, and it's a good slide by Fjellberg. Rocha able to weave it through. Way loses possession. A stumble here behind the play. Rodriguez laying on the ground continues to make his argument. Nobody listening, however. Hackshaw funnels through the left side. Rodriguez chases. It bounces all the way through and harmlessly out in the end. Pierre, 23rd Portland Pilot to earn a pro contract, signed a homegrown deal with Real Salt Lake in 2023. The 3-time All-West Coast selection. Transferred over to the Switchbacks. Gets a goal that will be one for the highlight reel for Switchbacks this season. Off of the redirect. It's a chasing run now. Donaciano leaves it backwards. Cedeno. Once more, it's Donaciano. As it bounce off of Fjellberg. Diaz stops, starts. Donaciano gets it back. Now Damas comes to take it away. Marvel Ash Ively does his job. Jai. Funneling through traffic. Cedeno waits. Congested 18. It ends up to the back post. Rasmussen called for a handball. Didn't do much after the fact either.
And incredible how Colorado Springs took that advantage of that early goal and have been able to secure it throughout. I do know they want to score one, but the necessity doesn't seem there, whereas Oakland is trying everywhere possible, but not getting closer to that good chance.
Zandy down now. Injury stoppage brought to you by Common Spirit Health. This will certainly be one as it stands right now for Oakland, left scratching their heads. Second half, they have controlled possession, 61% of it in this second half, 61% overall for the match as well. They've had more shots, 13-12. Just not enough quality chances. Their expected goal sits at just above a half a goal, so really been a slog in this one. And the Switchbacks get that early goal. They defend strong. And now as we enter the 90th minute, all eyes will be on that fourth official to know how much stoppage time will we get here tonight.
5, 6, 6, 7. A guessing game. Between 5 and 7.
I never try to guess because
Why?
I always think it should be more than it actually is. You know, I'll say like, oh, let's get 3 minutes and like 1 more minute.
Hey.
So I'm never right.
I never want a match to end, so I'm always like, give me World Cup 18 minutes, you know.
I also wonder too now, if this match does end at 1-0, how much conversation will there be about that handball that wasn't back in the 11th minute?
I think they're not forgetting about that in the near future, and of course it's really important for them, you know, to take it, you know, if you see it from the switchback point, is how lucky they were, and for Oakland, of course, they're gonna complain about it a lot.
Sounds like 6 minutes of stoppage time.
Hey, I wasn't bad at all.
Brought to you by the TikTok shop. You were right on it.
Yeah.
Colorado Springs did make a change. There it is. Marco Rios, the 18-year-old from Pueblo, Colorado, coming in. Brought to you by the William J. Hibble Sports Medicine and Performance Center. Learn more at hibblecenter.org. Oakland just looking for a chance now. Diaz. Pierre, who's done it on both sides of the field tonight. A goal in the second minute. And now defending. Abubakar Jai. Acquired last July for Dariush Formella. Sprawling header from Pierre sent away. Contact made, no foul whistle. Fjellberg sends along Damas. Damas slings it into the box. Blanchette smothers it right in front of Rios. Those moments in transition certainly play quite the role down the stretch. As Oakland start to send numbers for, Jai sweeps this in. Herrera taps it down and now grabs it, with Rodriguez forcing him to do so. Herrera will be content with holding on to it as long as he can. He sends everybody forward. You know, Joe Sergan is looking at him. Shaw directs this header. And it works out perfectly to Jai. Carries it for a moment. Pierre gets a piece. And then Armand does well just to send that ball to the bleachers. The majority of the work that Oakland have put in the attack have been on the right side. Now they test the left. Rasmussen skies it in. Herrera bounces into the post, goes down halfway through stoppage time.
I think both of the goalkeepers did such a great job today throughout the whole match, because the goal, I can't even like say it was Blanchett's mistake, or he didn't even see it coming. You know?
Nothing Blanchett could have done. A knee-buckling strike from Delence Pierre.
What a goal.
Oakland's inaccuracy tonight. 2 shots on target out of 13 total. And just some of these probing balls into the box, just not enough numbers there. Diaz again. Herrera catches it. And perhaps Oakland out of ideas here, 4 minutes into stoppage time.
And again, following a little bit of how they like to play that big of a possession, and like you mentioned, infertile practically, you know, those 13 shots, only 2 on target, but nothing really big to get them to 1 goal.
Colorado Springs unbeaten in their last 18 when they lead at halftime. 15 wins, 3 draws. Last time that they lost a match when leading at the half was July 5th of 2022. San Diego won that one 3-2. Camden Riley was on the field for that matchup. He's on the field here tonight. It might not be a win, but is there a late equalizer on one of those Oakland Roots boots? Here's the goal scorer, Pierre. He's going to get it back. Corner flag looks enticing now. Fjellberg has it bounce off of his shins, out for a goal kick. And 1 more minute to go. Last chance here for the Roots. Have to go and find something now. Hackshaw slices it across. Another long distance ball over both Delence and Cedeno. It's a throw for Colorado Springs. And seconds away from a 5th consecutive victory.
And 6 unbeaten with the draw they had before this. It's such a good form, you know, that every team would like to have. And coming into the match with 13 points, it would send them be sending them to 16 and a good position on the standings.
Tale of 2 seasons in just a short window of a year. Losers of 5 straight to begin the year. Unbeaten in what will be 6 straight with a 5th straight win. Barring a miraculous ending here tonight from the Roots. One last chance. Tejada redirects. Rodriguez commits the foul. Just as a shot was being unleashed, Herrera saved it nevertheless. And likely the last moment of the match. And indeed it is. Full-time whistle. Colorado Springs wins a 5th straight. First time since 2022 that the club has done that. And Delence Pierre leaves it all out there as the Switchbacks win it by a final margin of 1-0.
And it deserves such a good celebration. Of course, the crowd has to be there for them. Another match at home, another win. And like you mentioned, having 5 straight wins is always important to keep you, you know, getting those points to put you in the position that you truly want. The display, it seemed like it was a win effortlessly because you didn't see much be done. But, you know, it's always important to be able to secure a win just like the one that they did.
The votes are in. The Groom Transportation man of the match is Delence Pierre. Groom Transportation providing stress-free airport shuttle service between Denver and Colorado Springs. First goal in a Switchbacks kit tonight. It's Delence Pierre, our man of the match. This critical moment of the match is brought to you by Common Spirit Health, and it was a giveaway from Reed. Tejada pounced on it. Zandy picked out Pierre, and what a goal it was.
Such a great assist also by Sandy. And then Pierre, it's just so interesting the way he just looks really fast up, knows exactly where he wants to put the ball, and he doesn't fail in doing so, sending it to the back of the net and scoring that first goal in 90 seconds, less than 2 minutes for 3 important points at home.
It's the first time in the winning streak that the Switchbacks don't score multiple goals, but they're glad to take a clean sheet, the 4th in the last 5, and Colorado Springs, winners of a 5th in a row here this evening. Switchbacks win it 1-0. We're back to wrap things up with highlights and stats here in just a moment as we tie the bow on a winning evening for Colorado Springs.
Natural gas ensures that when you need to heat things up, you can, but it can also be hazardous. That's why, in the event of a natural gas leak, you need to know the 3 S's. The first one, sound. Listen for the sound of hissing or whistling. Number 2, sight. Look for dead or discolored vegetation in an otherwise green area. And number 3, smell. It's hard to miss. Be on the lookout for a pungent odor like rotten eggs. If you notice any of these signs, leave the area immediately and call 911. For more information, go to csu.org.
The moment you call McDevitt, an action plan is put into place right away to get you the help you need.
Each case and each client is different, with different needs and solutions. Your attorney and team immediately investigates every aspect of your crash and injuries.
We track down all the paperwork and deal directly with the insurance company for you.
We keep you in the loop every step of the way, fighting to get you max money for your injuries.
And you never pay us a dime until we get money for you.
McDivitt.
Colorado Springs Utilities serves electric, gas, water, and wastewater. If you combine all 4 services, you're paying around 11% less than anybody else on the Front Range. Water is the only one of our 4 services where you pay more. Since we have no river systems of our own, more than 70% of our water comes from Colorado's West Slope. Colorado Springs Utilities has delivered all 4 of these services safely, reliably, and at the best value to you for the last 100 years, and we will continue to do that long into the future.
Fireworks in the sky tonight. Our Phil Long final score is Colorado Springs 1 and Oakland 0. As we take a look at the full-time highlights brought to you by Phil Long. And if you got to us a few seconds late, boy, did you miss a golazo to begin the evening. Delence Pierre setting the stage for a theatrical night for Colorado Springs with his first goal in the USL Championship.
Yeah, definitely the mistake there from Reed falling to Heda being really clever, giving that ball to Sandy, and then Pierre just getting this long shot. Great goal, sending it to the back of the net in less than 2 minutes of the match. And Blanchett, impossible for him. He complains about it. That doesn't usually happen also, and it was enough with this goal for Colorado Springs to take the 3 points.
11th minute, we had some controversy. Off of the free kick here, Reed sets it up. It was originally ruled a handball. They would overturn it.
Yes, it was a handball, and Sandy, Riley was there, just so close, but then the referee decided it was no intention in anything, so no PK.
Reed would play quite the role tonight. This ball inches away from an equalizer as he hits the woodwork.
Hitting the woodwork and, you know, just being important throughout the match with those 4 shots that he had, including that one.
Babu Karjai came in the second half, and this free kick nearly again equalized, but Christian Herrera was up to the test.
And I think that the only ones who missed this as a goal was us, to be able to see such a great goal that it would have been. But luckily for Colorado Springs, they had Herrera.
Our highlights from this match brought to you by Groom Technology. More shots for Oakland Roots, more possession for Oakland Roots, more corners for the visitors tonight, but the lone goal for Colorado Springs here this evening, and a 5th straight win for James Chambers Group.
Yeah, good things always happen when you have matches like this, because you can have the ball, you can have everything, but you need to have the verticality to be able to get yourself in a position to get a good goal. And then for Colorado Springs also, you know, being able just to hold it and not give that extra effort coming from the past 10 matches, but still being able to secure the 3 points at home.
The Oakland winning streak comes to an end at 2, while Colorado Springs wins a 5th consecutive match. off of this firecracker from Delence Pierre. The final score here tonight at Winder Field, Colorado Springs 1, Oakland Roots 0. For our entire crew tonight and my partner Carmen Bokeen, I'm Michael Watrang saying so long. It's been great having you on board here tonight. The Switchbacks have won 5 straight. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.